Ho! What's up, interwebs? Freedom here. We are doing the Inverted Spire Nightfall on Destiny 2. It's this week's, it's actually Sunday, so it's going to reset in 2 days, but figured we'd show you our run through. We did pretty good. We got close to the Rat King. We had, I want to say we were like 6 seconds under. I think we ended at like 4:54. Here we go. We're going to show some gameplay. I'll do a little bit of commentary, try and keep it down though. At first, we just speed through on our speeders, get to the beginning here. You just gotta kill everything to get the spire to spawn. Once you do that, it'll open up the platforms, and you could run your way through. I use the Nameless Midnight as my primary, and then I keep an Elemental Scout also as my secondary. I think I'm using the Raid one in this video. And then I use the Wardcliff Coil because I find it very easy to clear the yellow and orange health bar enemies. So here we just kill what we can and try and get as much bonus time. The modifiers are the kill to get health back and the kill to get time. Kill enemies that drop little orbs, it'll give you your health back. Your health regens while you have the buff up in the corner when you have the orb. And then the other ones, I think it's 2 seconds per red health bar. And I think some of the yellow health bars, we saw that you get a 7-second added to your time. So we go and run on through here. This next part here, we actually skip through. We found that it's good to just keep moving. Sometimes, you know, if there's red health bars in your way, you could chuck a grenade or melee them as you're running by, but you don't want to waste too much time on red health bars because 2 seconds is not a lot to add. But as you can see there, we lobbed grenades and, you know, we managed to rack up some time as we were running through. In my experience, I found that stopping to peck at the yellow and orange health bars with just normal weapons usually isn't worth your time. So it would be either using your super, a grenade, or any of your special abilities to end them quickly. That way you can get the time, you know, it'd be worth your time to stop for them. Otherwise, I mean, I've seen other players sitting and pecking away just with a primary, and it takes forever to kill one of those yellow health bars, and it's usually not worth your time and ends up wasting it. Coming into this room, we clear the red health bars right here at the beginning pretty quickly. I've heard other players' strategy to keep 2 guys up top to fire down. I think that's a great way to do it. I don't think we did that this time around. But we hop down, we try and use as much cover as possible. I lob a grenade into this big group here, try to get some time. I think I kind of missed. And then as far as killing the Hydras, you want to use your Wardcliff Coil or a super ability or something like that just to move it along, otherwise those guys could take forever.
Well, I could have. Okay, we'll shoot.
This healing modifier can throw you off balance. It kind of shakes everything that you're used to doing. You're used to staying behind cover and trying to recover your health. As you can see here, I just kind of hid behind the rock and was waiting for my health to go up because you forget. It's like against your instincts and what you're used to, so you just gotta keep killing and pushing your way forward. You see those little orbs, make sure you get to them. Kind of cut and dry, I mean, it's obvious, but it's just, it's different. We're used to being able to just hide behind things, and now you gotta kind of get out into the fold. As I run into this next area, you could just hop down. You don't have to stop. We toss grenades. I do my little shoulder slam as I run by here just to get time, but you don't really have to worry about them. And then when you get down to the bottom, we're going to mount right up and head to the next area because stopping and killing all those enemies just wouldn't be worth it on your time. It's easier to skip it. As you're about to see here, I actually had a funny moment where I was trying to skip across. I was getting ahead of everybody. I was going to get to the bunker and start working on the Major, and the giant ball from the Cabal entering smushed me. So my teammates had to stop and get me. It wasted a couple seconds, but it was entertaining. Well, once you get to the bunker, you want to wipe out the Majors as fast as you can. As you can see, we kind of creep around and flank into one of the doors because we want to avoid all the enemies in the middle. There's a ton of them. On this setup, I don't think the snipers were as bad. I remember in the full Cabal setup, there was a lot of snipers up on the rooftops. They were driving us crazy. A little bit of miscommunication. I went to the left bunker instead of the right. But we meet back up at the right bunker and kill the majors and head on to the next area.
Guardian down. Guardian down. You know, Cade got stuck stealing from the Vex. Why didn't that happen to the Red Legion? Guardian down.
Calculating Red Legion similarity to the Cade 6.00001%. Plus, you know, Cade's dumb.
You are both depressing and unhelpful.
Alright, once you get up top here, as you can see, I wipe out the enemies as quick as I can. One strategy you could do is you could leave two guys up top there. Oh, look, this guy blasted me off the edge. You could leave two guys up top, and one jumps down to start the timer, because at this point, you just need to wait for the percentage on the console to add up to 100%. So you don't necessarily have to kill all these enemies. But we found in the kill for time modifier that coming down here and just fighting them, as long as you stay alive and don't die near the end of the percentage, can definitely be worth it. You can rack up some time instead of just standing up top. So either strategy is viable, but as long as you're comfortable and feel like you can kill the enemies, and coming down would usually be worth it, I think. You see, dying right there isn't a huge deal, because as you can see in the corner, the timer's going. I think it's 60-some%. So these guys come down, they kill some enemies, add up some time, and manage to pick me up before it affected our progress. So it wasn't too bad. So if you have a solo guy going down to do that part, it's not a huge deal if they get wiped out.
I think it's lined up, right?
So as you can see, as soon as that jump jet or man cannon or whatever they're calling it in this game turns on, you're good to move on. You don't want to hang around killing enemies and wasting time when you could be moving along and hold up your progress. This area usually just blitz through. I saw an opportunity there because those harpies were all grouped up, so we launched some grenades in there, shot with the ward cliff, gained us some times we were passing through. But for the most part, you just want to mount up and get through this. We're heading up to the drill site part. We found that stopping there isn't usually worth it either, because it's just little pockets of enemies. It's best just to get one guy through. At this point, I speed through just to get to the boss room, because once you get there, it's going to spawn the rest of your team to you. It'll say the joining allies countdown timer, and it'll bring them right to you. So as long as you get into the boss room and take out the harpies, that's when it'll start bringing your teammates to you, and you can get on with the boss fight. This boss fight has a pretty solid strategy. It's a lot of head glitching. You basically want to hide behind cover where only you can see only the boss's head. We like to save our supers. This run, when we did it for the footage, was a little sloppy. I pull a couple of noob moves. Luckily, my teammates picked up my slack. But you basically want to save one super per phase. There's 3 phases. The ground's going to drop out twice. So up here, once the ads get a little out of control, we use a tether, which will take them out. And then we drop down to the next phase, and I think we actually damage them fast enough that the ads don't even spawn. But if they do spawn on you because your damage is slightly slower, then you could use a super on that platform to take out all those ads. The other guys keep firing on the boss, obviously. And then when you get to the last phase, you basically wait for the ads to get out of control, and you use your 3rd super. We save some of our rockets for the end, for the last push, because once his head comes off, it's usually pretty chaotic at the end. But it's pretty cut and dry. You just want to stay behind cover and use the head glitches and use your supers at the right time. This is a fairly easy boss fight. You got the floor is lava part at the 2nd phase. But other than that, I'm just going to let the footage roll. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.
Guardian down. Switching guns.
What's your assessment of this incident?
Vex records indicate the Cabal discovered the mine and dug into this world to capture it. Had the Red Legion achieved their goal, I estimate a 60% chance this planetoid would have been destroyed in the ensuing battles. Luckily, the captain stepped in.